Morning, folks. So leaving Comillas now. It is, well, my flashlight is on my watch. It is 20 past 6. I decided to leave a little bit later today, just so I'm not so alone on the road. Like, it's been amazing how quiet it's been. No one's getting up as early as I am, I think. So leaving just a tad bit later. Maybe the road will be a little bit fuller, and also maybe more places will be open. So heading to Colombres today, and I don't know what to expect there, but I'm looking forward to the trip and taking you guys with me. I finished that audiobook, so you don't have to worry about me ignoring you anymore. Shadow of the Wind, I highly recommend it. Really good. Okay, folks, I'm gonna try to I think I want to go this way. Yeah, I'm going to check my map. It's got a little... Don't see any arrows. But there's the church, so you know that there's going to be something around there. Anyways, guys, I'll check back in as soon as I get out of town. Ciao.
Did somebody say Santiago?
Wow. I'm not sure what that is. That might be a monastery. I think I'm on the right track out of town. This is a palace, I think. Oh, I don't know, though.
And so it turns out this is something. This is, in fact, the Palacio de Severiano, located in the picturesque town of, well, Comillas, as you know, in northern Spain. It's a stunning example of neo-Gothic and modernist architecture. It's also a popular landmark for those walking the Camino del Norte without a cold. And this is because, as you witnessed, its imposing structure and rich history captures the imagination of pilgrims passing by, or through the region, such as myself. The palace was commissioned in the late 19th century by the first Marquis de Comillas, Antonio López y López, a wealthy merchant and philanthropist. It was designed as a family residence, but also served as a symbol of the Marquis' wealth and status. That was the brainchild of Catalan architect Juan Motorel y Montes. It blends neo-Gothic elements with early modernist influences. The structure features intricate stonework, large arched windows, and a grand staircase that add to its regal feel. The interiors of the palace showcase opulent decorations, including hand-carved woodwork, stained glass windows, and furniture designed by no other than Antoni Gaudí. The chapel is particularly notable for its ornate design and richly detailed furnishings. And the surrounding grounds, where it gets weird. The palace is set on a hill overlooking Comillas, offering breathtaking views of the surrounding countryside and the Cantabrian Sea. Its gardens are well manicured and include sculptured pathways, making it an ideal spot for reflection or a peaceful rest. Look at this. It's peaceful. And lastly, its cultural significance. Along with the nearby Capricho de Gaudí, another architectural gem in Comillas, the palace contributes to the town's reputation as an enclave of artistic architectural importance in northern Spain. But is it worth visiting? The Palacio de Severiano stands as a reminder of Spain's industrial wealth in the 19th century, and the influence of the Catalan architectural movement far beyond Barcelona. For pilgrims, the palace can be a beautiful detour or a point of interest when stopping in Comillas. Its grandeur offers a stark contrast to the simplicity and introspection often associated with the Camino. The palace is located near the town center and is visible from various parts of Comillas, including the Camino Trail. Whether admired from afar or explored up close, the Palacio de Severiano is a highlight of the Camino del Norte and a fascinating blend of art, history, y cultura, or culture.
Yeah, I wish I... That's the one thing about Camino Cough, is when you do get it from me, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to go out for dinner with folks. I don't want to go out. I just want to stay in and try to recuperate as fast as I can. So I miss out on some of this cultural epicness. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a museum of some sort at this point. Would love to check that out. But good news is I'm feeling a lot better. I think one more day of private rooms, and then I'll be back in the albergues. Proper. Almeda. Okay. One last look, then I'm gonna put you away. Man, look at all these places up on the hill. It's like parliament buildings, parliamentary buildings. That might be a monastery. There's a crucifix on it. But there's all sorts of stuff up there. Again, had I known, had I felt better, I would have definitely explored this yesterday. And you know, that's probably overlooking the sea. Oh well. Make a note, folks, so you don't miss what I did. Okay, folks. Another hot take. You know what Spain could really use well? Is hours of operation signs. In fact, more signs would be great. Just signs on the door of these cafes and bars, like letting you know what time they open. I can never find one. They don't use them. That's why I'm not finding them. I have 2 caffeine pills in my mouth right now, so if I look like a little hamster, that's what's going on. But yeah, because then, you know, I'd wait around 5 minutes if I knew I was about to open, or 10 minutes even. But not knowing when exactly it's going to open, I don't know. Science, people. Science. It's 2024. Get with it. Well, it's still looking like it's going to come down in buckets. You know, weather apps are funny. It's saying, yeah, you're not going to see any rain till 1. I'm feeling it already. Little drips here and there. And I'm just looking up like, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna get back to walking down this lonely old road. There's no one in front of me, and there is no one behind me. Except traffic coming at me relatively fast. There's an alternate route too. There's one that'll take you by the ocean, and one that'll keep you inland. Looking at the clouds though, I don't know exactly which one I'm going to take. If it's going to be stormy, I don't want to be out by the ocean on the cliffs and whatnot. But honestly, to the right, it looks like there's less clouds, and I'm assuming that's where the ocean is. So maybe I will go that route. However, if I stay inland, there's 2 food options. But those don't open till way later, I'm sure. So it's pointless. Look at this, a little back bay estuary type situation. Yeah, this reminds me of where I grew up. This whole trip that has elements of that is really cool. Well, it is raining. It's nothing crazy yet, but I don't have my poncho in my bag, on my backpack as a pack cover, but I haven't torn out any, or not necessarily torn out, haven't pulled out any elements to cover my body with yet, all because it's kind of hot and humid, but it is picking up, so unless I can find some tree coverage in the next 5 minutes, I might have to put on something in my jacket, and that means I gotta put you away. Doesn't mean I don't love you. Okay guys, I'll see you in a bit. Greetings folks. Well, I opted to take the alternative route. I'm kind of glad I did. First I wasn't so sure because I was like, oh wait a minute. That means, because the rain really started coming down, and that sometimes means when you're going up into the hills that you're walking through muddy trails and dirt, but these have been, I might be getting the mud now. These have been, well, as you can see, paved the entire way, and the rain has let up. If I haven't shown you this before, this is my hat clip trick. I put hat clips on my jacket so I can keep it over my hat as well as on my face. So if I just want to have the hood on rather than the entire jacket, sometimes this helps keep it in place. So it's the hat clip trick. Yeah, clever, right? Anyways, it's just me and the livestock. Here's some arrows. In case you didn't see one, you'll see the other. 2 shades of yellow. Okay, folks, I think I'm gonna take this jacket off a little now. Seems to be, and I gotta say, I should have put on waterproof socks today, but once more, weather app, not so reliable. That's the one problem about leaving early in the morning too, is you can't really see the sky clearly enough to make a proper decision. So, pros and cons. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Well, folks, I'm entering Santana. Okay, that doesn't sound too good, but cue up Black Magic Woman. What is that? Some voodoo stuff tied to it. Oh. I'm guessing this is the lovely little town where Santana's name originally comes from. Santa Ana. Actually, that may not be true at all. But I think it might be. I have this whole story in my mind about how these garbage men over here are trying to take me out. Oh, that's actually a bus. But in front of that bus is, I swear, there are garbage men trying to take me out. And I thought, like, why? Why would they be after me? And it's because, now check this out. When you're in Spain, look at the garbage trucks. There's something that's very much that looks like Broadway Boogie Woogie by Modrian on the side of the truck, at least in this town. And I was thinking, like, wonder how Modrian would feel about that. And so I'm filming it, but what if I caught something I wasn't supposed to see, right? And now they have to chase me down and throw me in the back of the garbage truck and crush me, and I don't know. Of course, the story will be more involved than that, but I guess what I'm trying to say, it's all about a Peregrino YouTuber that accidentally catches something he shouldn't on camera. And so the entire community is being chased by these cows. Angry cows. Possibly rabid cows. And corn. Corn! Corn is always there to side. Okay. You keep it down back there. Going as fast as I can. Okay, folks, I'm not even sure if I'm on the right. Well, on the road. I mean, on the sidewalk. That's for sure. But I'm not sure if I'm on the right road. I love those. I think they're water towers. But it's so, like, just in the middle of nowhere. City of the future. And it's on a farm. And a butterfly just flew into my eye. All of that happened at the same time, folks. Oh, stop. They want to go outside, I bet. Oh, there's an arrow. Oh, and there's 2. Save the paint, fellas. So since my last observation of snails, I've seen them in other places too. The strangest of places. So I'm thinking maybe they were doing this on the Frances too. I just wasn't paying attention then. Now that I have a more developed eye for guardrails and things encrusted or clinging to them. I don't know. Call me Cookie. There they are, staring me down. Hi. Dangerous cows. Perro, peligro es mi segundo nombre. Verdad? Just getting out to talk to him. Locals love to see like pilgrims on the side of the road doing that stuff, I'm sure. Okay, folks, putting you away for a hot minute. I have to say, folks, it doesn't matter if you choose the ocean route or the alternative route. Although, you know what? This route is marked. So I think this was part of the original Norte. It seems like they made a lot of tweaks where they're putting more on the ocean nowadays. I could be way off on that. But this is pretty well marked. And honestly, it's just as tranquil and beautiful. And there's the ocean right there. And if it is raining and you're concerned about mud or an ocean storm, know that this is paved. And it's actually a road. Cars have passed me. So, you've probably realized that by now. But there was one part where I was in the middle of nowhere and I could hear something come up behind me. It was a car. Some of these roads are so narrow, you know, they're European-sized roads or just old school roads. So they're very narrow. Okay, we're heading down into another little town. And this is, supposedly there'll be something, a restaurant here or a bar. I'm sure it's not going to be open at this time. However, and I think it's going to be one of those where it's like 50 meters off the path. And unless I know for sure if it's open, that's another thing these apps could do, is if these stores or bars are not going to put hours of operation on them, whoever's designing these apps should interview them or call them and see what their hours are and put it on the app too. That would be very, very handy. That's the app I would use. And promote. Did you see the Mojion? Those are the guys. I'm telling you, they're after me. They're gonna turn around and finish the job. Okay, guys, clearly I need to check my map and make sure I'm not going the wrong way because I don't want to mess around with these dump truck drivers. They're here for blood. That was very good. A local just stopped me and pointed me in this direction. I was questioning it because that one arrow, when it goes down like this, it makes you think like you're supposed to go down because that's the direction it's pointing in. So I'm glad he was able to point me in the right direction. Anyways, folks, another thought. So I was participating in this Norte group on Facebook. Someone was asking, you know, what should they bring this time of year? A rain jacket or poncho? And it's amazing all the people that said rain jacket, but they did. And so I said poncho. And one guy was like, you know, they get all high holy, self-righteous, like, meh. I hate when people write meh, first of all, and he wrote M-A-H. Doesn't matter. But he's like, actually, ponchos are... I just wrote poncho. I didn't even go into detail. It's like poncho, because I was like, oh no, I wrote poncho. You'll stay dry on the inside and the outside because they breathe better. And he had to correct me, saying, actually, no, ponchos make you sweat more and yada yada yada. And I'm like, Pilgrim, please. And I'm looking at myself now. This thing breathes so well. This is a Paca. You know, you can't speak about all of these products like there's just one type available. Like there's just one rain jacket, and that goes for me as well, and one poncho. There's also some great rain jackets that also have pit zips and vents. I just find that most of them are made out of Gore-Tex, and the ones that are thin enough and packable don't have the vents. I actually want to alter some that I have that collapse into little bags. Long story, doesn't matter. But yeah, So the paca, and his whole thing was actually, you sweat and you can't cover your backpack, so you have to have a backpack cover and all this jazz. And I'm like, has he never seen like the ponchos that actually go over your backpack too? Like, that's not even a new thing. But the paca is that and more, especially with the pit zips and just how breathable it is. So I had to correct him. I just wanted to make him aware that there's other options out there. But there were some people saying like, bring both. And it's like, well, I mean, we're trying to stave off the weight here. Unless you're shipping stuff ahead, you don't want to bring both. You want to bring one or the other. And this poncho does it all. A poncho and some rain socks. That's all you need, people. Waterproof socks, that is. And then someone was like, yeah, I use a poncho too. It's a great idea. Wear a wool shirt underneath. And I like that. However, sometimes I wouldn't necessarily wear a wool shirt underneath, like today, because it's hot and humid. So while the sweat will wick in the wool and be drawn off my skin, it's still going to stay a little bit wetter than technical, and it's going to hold in the heat. That's the one thing about wool. One of the magical properties of wool is that when it gets wet, it still maintains body heat. So it's great in the winter. It's great, like, in situations where you need that. Like if this was a cold, rainy day, it would be awesome. But if it's hot and humid, now it's just causing me to sweat more. So I say wear a technical wicking shirt underneath that's synthetic, or something else, maybe bamboo or something like that. But merino is known to retain body heat even when wet. So keep that in mind. There's all this gear possesses different properties in energetics, if you will. So once you master that and know what each one does, you can layer like a layering expert. That's right, folks. I need to check my map. I have a feeling I've somehow gotten off course again. Where's a local when you need one? Okay, so just a heads up, it does at some point turn to dirt road, but so far, the rain has stopped and it's not that bad at all. As long as you stay in the middle of the road, you're pretty good. And trekking poles, you must have trekking poles. But yeah, not bad. However, and I'm on some type of weird random golf course. Yeah, golf course.
Gracias, Santiago.
What was I saying? Yeah, had it been raining all day, or if it started to rain all day, maybe you might want to take the other route. I'm only imagining, however, the beach route is boardwalkish. It could be paved, but it could be just like this. So, what do I know? If you know, you can leave your comments below, where I'll be sure to read them, as will others, after they leave their own comments. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Here we go, folks. Okay, I need to use my other stick, so I'm putting you away. Temporarily, don't worry, I'll bring you back soon. See, I told you I'd bring you back. Just for this. Then you get stuff like this. That's a white arrow. It's not a yellow arrow. Wouldn't take much to fix that, but I'm not sure, so I'm gonna check my map. Okay, now I am totally on a golf course. This is surreal. Medieval Spain. Golf course. There was a sign warning pilgrims of golfers. Actually, I think more like golf balls. Looking out so you don't get one in the head.
Killing me!
But yeah, here I am. Walking along a golf course somewhere in northern Spain. There's a few of these. You may remember in Zarutz, I believe I saw a golf course as well, right past the beach. This, my friends, is the Spanish Country Club. So if you're a golfer, this might be for you. Right now we're heading to T10. Surreal. Surreal. This is what it would look like if the Camino was in the United States. Be going through golf courses, probably miniature golf courses, but golf courses and like, you know, mini marts, 7-Elevens. Looks like a typical little hermitage on a golf course. See, this gives it that Camino miniature golf course vibe. Like you have to hit the ball in this tiny window, and you hear all types of like mechanical and clunks inside, and it spits out the ball on the other side. Oh yeah, you get it through that tiny little crack right there. Am I crazy? I'm guessing this was some monastery or private home, and this was their little private family cathedral at one time. That's locked and no bell. Okay, folks, I need to stay focused. Otherwise, I might take a golf ball in the head, though no one is out here today at this hour. Probably because it's not open yet, but who would know? No hours posted. I will say, by the time you guys get to this will be all paved. See these sidewalks? That's a cement truck right there. They're filling all this in. So, yeah. You'll be walking on that, like, in 2 weeks. Meanwhile, I had to dodge cement trucks and signs and all types of strange instructions. Okay, folks, we're getting out of here. Yeah, more street walking. Again, it's more than welcome on a rainy day. But, geez, Norte, they're not lying when they say it's a lot of road walking. And if you like walking, and if you like hills, you're gonna love it. So I just saved 2 people's lives. It's true, folks. Not every superhero wears a cape. Well, I kind of have a cape on today, so maybe that's just it. Well, I was going around a bend on this small road, and in front of me I could see a small van flying down the road in my direction, and behind me was some farm machinery moving. So I halted both of them, made them aware of what was coming. And do I get a thanks? No. The tractor pulls up next to the car, and they start talking on this tiny road, and I need to pass them. I'm standing in the rain. Like, really? They're having a conversation? Probably like, I almost drove into you if it wasn't for that silly Pilgrim over there. But it was like they haven't even acknowledged me. So I might take a Spanish approach from now on. Instead of warning people about stuff like that, just be like, hey, none of my business. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, now I've just reconnected with the, in quotes, official route. And look at this. Beautiful. I don't know if I'm heading down. I might be going over that bridge into that town. I'm not exactly sure yet. I need to look at my map. If so, I think I'll find something to eat there. Sometimes you can guess which places will have bars open earlier. Sometimes you can't. Right now I can't. I'm just assuming that there'll be something open there. I haven't had a coffee in like 3 days. When I get sick, I try not to drink coffee, just because I feel like the caffeine just utilizes energy that could be better used for healing myself. I'm no doctor, however, but that's just what my body tells me. So I pulled back on the caffeine. So it's not like I need a coffee right now, although I did just take some caffeine pills. But it's not like I need a coffee right now. I really just need a tortilla. What the hell am I talking about? But yeah, no, it has been a couple days. Today was the first day I've taken caffeine. and just the pills so far, which actually, after yesterday was hard. Getting out of town yesterday. So a little bit of that pep in my step really does make a difference. You know, I did have one day off, but that one day off I thought it would come back stronger. My feet did feel stronger, but I don't know. I was also walking with the Belgium guys for a little bit, and their pace is consistent. I can keep up with them. That's no problem, but I feel like I'd be moving a little bit slower maybe, which is rare for me. But yesterday I just wasn't feeling, oh, there we go, talking about miniature golf. Look at that, it's perfect. But the funny thing is that has nothing to do with miniature golf now, does it? That's just someone's aesthetic. It looks more like a pool table on acid. They should put a giant 8-ball on top of there. That would really tie the room together. Or maybe a golf ball. Actually, I jumped the gun, folks. This is the area where the routes meet. Right before the bridge. Fitting. Let's dip into this town. I don't see any real pilgrims in front of me, though. I think I just see people going to work, or going to the gym, or going to school. I don't know. Everyone's got little tiny backpacks on. That looks like a Kmart door greeter coming at me. Could be wrong. Oh, I mean, Mercado. There we go. There's St. James guiding the way. Lebaniego. Camino Lebaniego. Yeah, see? So that just tells me it's another smaller Camino route combined to make the Norte. Oh, there goes the Kmart greeter. He's going back. His break is over. Okay, folks. I'm gonna put you away for a little while. Don't take it personal. Peace. That's still some sort of like back bay area over there. Marshland. Well, I was gonna pop into that village and see if there are anything's on offer there, any restaurants or bars open, but from where I stood on the corner, it looked like chairs were still up, so I wasn't gonna risk heading down there. Yeah, I'm on the total wrong side of the road right now. Bread truck. But I thought you'd have a better view over here. So yeah. Risking my life for the shot. Again, if it wasn't for the vehicles, you would know what year it was. I wonder if it's going to be this rainy. It probably will be, but I wonder on the Primitivo. I just always feel the closer you get to Galicia, the closer you get to a rain cloud. Look at that cat. See him? like 3 different materials. I like the tile on the outside, and I guess along the ocean it makes sense. Easy to clean. Salt won't break it down as fast. This arrow to a red one with a Templar cross. I hope in the Curitiba we see more open cathedrals and churches as well, and hermitages. They've all been locked for the most part up here. I think there was 1 or 2 that was not, and maybe 1 that had a stamp inside. So I brought, and this is good advice I think, if you're considering doing the Norte and the Primitivo, what I'm doing is I brought 2 passports with me, credenciales. 2, one for the Norte, and the second one I'll use primarily just for the Primitivo. So I can someday come back and pick up where I left off on the Norte, and then get a credencial, and then get a Compostela for that as well, rather than mash it all together. So keep that in mind, folks, if you're going to be doing a similar trip, Norte to the Primitivo. I don't know how much it really matters to you, but I don't know. If you want to frame it afterwards. It'll also make it easier at the Pilgrim office, I think, too. Well, I kind of have a dog now. I don't know how that happened. He's a very curious dog. As he is nimble. I think I'll call him Nimble if he lasts. I mean, he is walking in and out of the road. Nimble, you're not very bright, but I like your style. I hope Nimble is actually heading home and not really following me. Is this following me or is this leading me? I don't know. Anyways, we'll check back in with me and Nimble shortly. So yeah, this little guy is still leading me down the Camino. Now he has a collar on him. So there's that. I don't know if there's any information on the collar because I'm always a little apprehensive about getting too close to dogs on the Camino. I mean, he could be the sweetest little thing in the world, and he seems to be. But yeah, he's leading the way. There's a little shrine to St. James. Don't worry, I'm going, buddy. Yeah. Look at the cows. Where's that Nimble? Nimble, where's your home? ¿Dónde estás tu casa? Well, I guess I could use 2. I mean, we're kind of close at this point. We've been buds for like 5 minutes now. That little baby horse, yeah. It's been a long rainy day, folks. And it's quite wet here.
Getting a Star Wars vibe. R2, R2, are not. Okay, never mind. Never a Star Wars fan, but you have to admit, I got an Obi-Wan Kenobi kind of vibe going on with this poncho slash, I don't know, cloak. But yeah, it's been a long day, folks. I don't know what that is. That might be a cord to hold while walking through the mud here because, yeah, it's kind of gross. And I've got to say, I'm not too wet. I have had some ideas. I've had thoughts while hiking. My poncho goes pretty low, but my shorts still stick out about maybe, I don't know, 5 inches. I'm thinking next time I'm gonna put drawstrings inside them so I can roll them up and just let the poncho go over them. So pretty much it'll look like I'm wearing no pants. I know, hot. And if people weren't following me before, they'll be following me now. But that way I'll be able to keep my shorts dry. Because what I've found in the past is you do have your rainy days, but it rains off and on. And sometimes it only rains in the morning. Today's been slightly different where it's been raining all day. So I actually am getting wet. And once your shorts get wet, no matter, you know, where, especially if they're wicking shorts, although, you know what? Yeah, they're wicking up too. So I feel like it is imperative even, to keep your shorts dry. So either have a poncho that overhangs your shorts completely or drawstrings around your shorts. Put them in yourself and roll them up. And you're gonna look a little weird, but you'll be dry. My socks too. I'm not wearing my waterproof socks still. I meant to change them at the cafe I was at, the bar I was at, where I lost Nimble. He bid me farewell. Anyways, I'll check back in a little bit, folks. Maybe if it stops raining, maybe. Yeah. Mexican restaurant? Vegan options? Let's check shit out. Let's check this out. Well, folks, we're on the yellow brick road to Colombres. Look at how magical this is. Yeah, it's still pouring. This, I'm almost certain at one time was a Roman road. This is not a Roman road design, but the positioning on the mountains like this, definitely. So I bet underneath this are the ruins of an old Roman road. I mean, it's rainy, but still, it's quite magical. I freaked out a fellow pilgrim. I was so excited to see someone else in the last town. I was like, got up next to her and I was like, so, you're not the only one looking for a Mexican restaurant around here, eh? She had no idea what I was talking about. Evidently, that sign only appealed to me. I did speak with a local though. She said there was one in Colombres that's definitely open. If I couldn't find the one there that she thinks is closed now. Something like that. And she said my Castellano was very impressive. Funny. Okay. Well, folks, I'm gonna put you away for a hot minute because I'm soaked.
I don't know if I have the legs for this kind of angle, but hurry up and wait, folks. That's what it's all about. Hurry up and wait. I got to town early in my quest for the true Mexican restaurant. The closest thing to a Mexican restaurant. Well, I had my doubts when I found out the waitress was from Peru. It was close enough to Mexico for the likes of these folks around here. With the owner I eventually met after I ate, that he is from Mexico. However, I'm not sure he was a cook in Mexico. Maybe he's just from Mexico, because the food, it wasn't Mexican. There was no salsa and chips. It was like tuna. The closest thing I've had to real tuna salad, but like the spicy tuna salad and nachos. Never seen that in Arizona or Texas or Mexico or California. So there's that. The beans inside my burrito were chickpeas. Yeah. The salad was very healthy, very green. It was a mixed salad with sauce on top. No corn, no iceberg lettuce, no tomato, no onion. That's a Mexican. What else was there? There was a spoonful of refried beans and 5 nachos on my plate. What?
That was the closest part. But yeah, it was good. It was a Michelin 5-star restaurant, but it wasn't Mexican food. It was just good food, but it was not Mexican. I've had that experience before. I might have mentioned it in past videos, but it was different. Oh, and even the salsa. The salsa was not salsa. It was like, the base was probably oiled. It was like this glistening, like oil-based, spicy salsa. I've never seen anything like it before. The closest thing I can compare it to is not Mexican food, but Indian food. Sometimes you get those dips and those chutneys that are oil-based. It was like that. It was very bizarre. But again, unless it's a part of Mexico I've never been to, it's not what we as Americanos or gringos even consider Mexican food. So yeah, that happened. But now, so yeah, and I waited there. I got there around probably a little after 12 and it opened at 1. The kitchen opened at 1. So I was just drinking sports drink, Aquarius, waiting. And I was like, why not? Because I know that the place I'm staying at tonight isn't going to be open until 3, so I'll just kill time here. And kill time I did. Sitting outside, the girl was like, do you want to sit inside? I was like, no. Soy peregrino, necesito su fría. They love that line. And yeah, and I proceeded to sit outside in the cold, with the cold, like a jackass, in wet clothes. Anyways, did that. Eventually the kitchen opened and I ordered my food. Now I'm sitting here at the church because the place I'm staying at, the room I rented tonight, which I thought was my last night renting, was single just because my cold was going away. But after today of a long time of hiking in the rain, the cold rain, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll need to rent a room tomorrow. So I feel a little worse right now. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I wasn't able to locate where this room is. I've been looking at pictures of it online. None of the buildings around here look like the pictures on booking.com. So things are not always what they seem, I guess, is what we're learning today. So yes, another example. I'll hurry up and wait too, because 10 more minutes, I'm going to make a phone call and ask them, where are they located? Because I can't find it. I was up and down the street, like, for hours. Now I'm sitting in front of a locked church. It was open, though. Very cool. There was a lot of exchange between Colombres, where I'm currently sitting, and the New World. So you see a lot of Native American culture, not Native American, but more like Mexican, I would say. Now I understand why there's Mexican restaurants here, because there are Mexican people here, or there's South American and Central American people here. So there was an exchange. I'm sure that some of the conquistadors were from this part. And yeah, got in Colombres. I'm only guessing that's based off Columbus. Colón? But it's got to have some type of pro-isn't it? Okay, well, I'm going to let you go. There's a small army of 12-year-old boys heading my way. Oh wait, no they're not. I don't know if you've picked up any of this because I don't have my mic. But yeah, but I do have Camino Cough. And the sniffles. Okay folks, I'll be tuning in a little bit later.
And thanks for tuning in for another episode of Misadventures of a Shell Toucher. We truly appreciate you here, folks, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're feeling really crazy, click that notification button and never miss an episode. Until next week, when we go from Colombres to Llanes.
Camino.